Now let's do the pre-assembly work for the pool. We will begin with the A-frame assembly. This assembly is used to support the decks, the water wall, and fencing. The A-frame assembly consists of a 2-foot deck support, an A-frame, and a stud with a hole, and is assembled using stainless steel, 1 7/8" hex head bolts, flat washers, and cap nuts. The S-clip is placed inside the 2-foot deck support. For pools with a patio, assembly of outriggers is required. Distribute all the walls, A-frames, and corner angles around the pool. Now it's time to install the walls. Place the aluminum angle in the corner and be sure to place it all the way down onto the bottom channel lip. Then install the wall against it on the inside and the A-frame against it on the outside. Using 1-inch Tech screws, drive the screw from inside the pool through the wall, through the corner angle, and into the A-frame or outrigger at the top. Make sure the A-frame and outriggers are plumb and level before attaching. When all the walls have been attached at the top, check to be sure that the corner gaps are uniform. There should be no gap in any seam along any straight side, as this would indicate an unlevel condition which should be corrected before going further. We're going to install the aluminum top channels next. Make sure all sections are installed down onto the walls. Make sure the walls are seated properly into the top channels. Make sure all 4 corners are uniformly seated. The corners are secured by the top corner fish plates. Place 1 in each corner and insert 5/8" bolts through the holes. Place the top corner washers under the top channels so the 5/8" bolts are through the holes. Connect with 5/8" lock washers and nuts. Tighten all bolts and nuts. Starting at the corner A-frame, mark a line with pencil on the top channel in the center of the wall stud. Now measure 24 inches toward the next corner and make another mark. Continue down the channel. Repeat for each side. Install all studs. The center of the A-frames, outriggers, and studs should line up with the marks you made. Important! All studs, A-frames, and outriggers must be plumb and level, and anchored first to the bottom channel and then to the top channel. Check the top channel to be sure it's properly seated on the wall before anchoring each one. Now install the camber bars on the top channel. Attach one end of the camber bar to the top channel using 5/8" nuts, bolts, lock washers, and camber washers. Place bolts through holes in camber washers and insert through holes in the top channel, so the bolts face the outside of the pool. Place the camber bar over the bolts and attach with lock washers and nuts. Tighten bolts and nuts right away. Bend the camber bar outward at the middle and use a tire iron if necessary to line up the holes at the other end. Finish bolting the camber bar, making sure bolt heads are tight and well seated with the bolt head to the inside of the pool. It's time to cut the skimmer and return holes in the patio deck water wall. Hold the skimmer up against the wall and butt it up to the top channel, centered between the studs. Draw a line around the skimmer. Use the skimmer to mark the hole. Cut the skimmer hole along these lines. Drill a hole at each corner of the drawing. Use a jigsaw to cut out the skimmer hole. Cut the return hole 11 1/4 inches from the underside of the top channel. Cut this with a hole saw, 2 1/2 inches in diameter. Attach the rear sealing gaskets using a minimal amount of masking tape to secure the gaskets to the skimmer body and the return hole opening. Install the filter unit. Use Teflon tape on all threaded fittings. Prime, glue, and assemble all other fittings.